Thank you for joining our slugfest today, talking about Best Director at the Oscars this year. I'm Chris Beachum. We've got Marcus Dixon, Joyce Eng with me today. And let's talk about director at this point. If Alfonso Cuaron, who's leading our odds, wins another Oscar, in this particular year, it would be the biggest single Netflix Oscar win ever, discounting what else they could win for Roma this year. Joyce, do you think he's got a really strong shot?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be just one of those, races where someone just runs the table. And this is such a personal film for him. And he's also the DP because Chivo couldn't DP this film. So he just shot it himself. And I think it's black and white. It's beautiful. I feel like he's just so respected, and it's such a powerful movie if you've seen it. And it's kind of like, it's similar to Gravity in a way, where even if it doesn't win Best Picture, it feels like such a grand achievement for him. It's like, let's just give him the win for the picture and director. So I have him winning right now.
The other thing, too, is people get this mixed up a lot is, yeah, it's probably going to win foreign language film as well, but he doesn't get an Oscar.
It goes
foreign
to the
language
country.
Director goes up and accepts it, but the country actually gets the Oscar. So if you're thinking, oh, they'll give him foreign language, well, technically he doesn't get foreign language.
We've seen so many examples of Best Director and Best Picture splitting in recent years that I could totally see him winning this and then something else, A Star is Born or something winning Best Picture. So, and you're right, it is the directorial achievement of the year. It's just the scope of this thing going from left to right on the screen. And Chris and I were at the Hollywood Film Awards, and they showed a trailer for it. And just seeing all the scenes again in a different way, I really was just wowed by it again.
I think what we're talking about is very likely. I think a directing win and possibly something else getting Best Picture. Now, what about, I think A Star is Born might win Picture. That's where Bradley Cooper might win his first Oscar, in my opinion. More so, right in my mind right now, than directing and acting. How do you both think about him in directing?
I think he'll be nominated. I have him in second right now. I don't see him winning it. I think he did a good job directing the film, but it doesn't feel like one of those. I mean, especially with Cuarón in the running, I don't think it's a better directed film than Roma. And he has 3 other chances. So like you said, he could win his Oscar in picture or actor even. I don't think he's winning adapted screenplay.
Last year we saw 2 actors get nominated for directing. We saw Greta Gerwig and Jordan Peele. But the difference there was this outcry of people saying, we need more diverse directors, we need more females, we need more Black directors. So that really pushed them to get nominated. I'm not feeling the same push for him. I still have him getting in. I have him actually in second place. So I think it's going to happen. But do you know what I'm saying? There's not this momentum that like there was for the other 2 actors last year. And
remember, neither one of them actually won. So it's not like we're saying Bradley Cooper is not going to get nominated. I think we've all got him up around second, maybe third. And he could. I mean, if you're saying, well, it's his first time out. Well, I think Robert Redford won on an actor turned director, won on his first directing. I know Kevin Costner did.
Ben Affleck didn't. He got infamously snubbed for Argo.
He did get snubbed. So, I don't think I would even predict Star is Born for picture if Bradley Cooper gets snubbed. I don't see that happening. That was sort of an odd circumstance that year. But there's been other actors turned directors nominated. Warren Beatty won for Reds. He had been nominated before. Thinking about somebody else, just like Clint Eastwood, obviously won twice for directing. He just didn't win on his first time out.
Mm-hmm. And Olivier and Orson Welles.
Yeah. So they're not opposed to an actor turned director at all. Other than those 2, who else is in your picks, Joyce?
I have Spike Lee. I think he can finally do it. And I recently moved Peter Farrelly for Green Book, just because everyone loves Green Book. Like I'm still not confident that he could make it in, but I could just see people loving the film so much that they just like check stuff down the ballot and then he gets in. Like, because every now and then we just have a nominee where no one was really predicting, and like they just get in just because there's so much support for the film itself. So I think he could get in just based on the response of reactions to Green Book.
I have Ryan Coogler getting in for director, and I'm kind of working backwards. If I think Black Panther could win Best Picture, that means the director has to get in. And this is the #1 movie of the year, $700 million just in the US. And it's also the #1 movie on Rotten Tomatoes for 2018. So that has so much to do with Ryan. So that's why I have him in. He's also out there campaigning. He's got some big campaigners working for him from Marvel and from Disney.
I agree. I think those are certainly possible. The one in the forums and even on our Twitter that I think people are really overlooking that hasn't been mentioned yet, talk about a visual movie that's all due to the director. I mean, very visual sense from Yorgos Lanthimos on The Favorite. I think he's easily in, and he's one that's built up equity over time. He's had other movies that have really been in the Oscar conversation. So I think he's like in third place range. I've also got Peter Farrelly. I don't think his it's one of my favorites of the year, Green Book. I don't know that it's one of the 5 greatest directing achievements of the year.
It's not very flashy. It's just
if my theory's right that they truly could win Best Picture, I'm kind of like Marcus. I'm working backwards and saying I don't see how it can win Best Picture if he's not in for directing. And then I've got Steve McQueen in a slot. That's another very complex visual movie. He's been up before. He won for producing. So, I mean, we've named off at least probably 8 or 9 here that really have strong chances. And we haven't even named Adam McKay, who none of us have seen Vice yet, but he got in last time for The Big Short.
Yeah, I could see him really, really skyrocketing in our odds once people start watching Vice. Right now he's in the top 10, but I could see him going up higher.
The person who's been in first forever, before I think recent days, I haven't looked at the odds this week. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Damien Chazelle, the winner from 2 years ago. That's another visual strong directing achievement. I could certainly see him getting in the 5.
I think a lot of people are kind of just based on how the film has underwhelmed in the box office. They're losing faith in him, but I could see him just getting in just because it is a very well directed movie. And there's like so many claustrophobic scenes. And then, I mean, the moon sequence alone too, it's like, that's worthy of a nomination.
And the person he defeated, they're going to be in the same potential category again, Barry Jenkins from 2 years ago. Beale Street makes a strong push, which we think it could. That's another person that could get back in. He won for writing. He did not win for directing last time he was in. Trying to see if there's anybody else that really, I mean, that's a dozen now.
Well, our top woman is Marielle Heller for Can You Ever Forgive Me? She's in 11th place. I like that movie. It was, she definitely needs a lot of help from like critics to get her train running.
And Deborah Granick for Leave No Trace.
Yes. So we have, it doesn't 15, seem like we'll get
just like every category. We have 15 in every category.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, that's our discussion on Best Director. You can watch any of our other Slugfests, which are all now published on all the acting races individually, as well as Best Picture. And be sure to jump into our Prediction Center and make your picks if you haven't already. A lot of things have changed around. So even if you've made your picks, you need to go back in and update. People have switched categories on lead supporting. Movies have jumped around. The ones have been added that we did not know about. We just are going to be adding today a movie where Kenneth Branagh plays William Shakespeare that Sony Classics just picked up and slotted for Christmas week. So that kind of example of things are constantly being added. And we've got 12 overall awards events that you can predict, everything from Globes to SAG to Critics' Choice and on and on and on. So be sure to jump in, make your predictions right away, and we'll return and do some more Slugfest for you again real soon.